Hey everybody, it's me, John Ward, and Donald Wills, and welcome back to another film discussion. And today we are going to be looking at our end of the year, our end of the year yearly Sylvester Stallone movies, but they're not in it's not a series. It's just 4 random movies. So
Yeah.
How are you, Donald? How was your Christmas?
It was good. It was good. How was yours?
It was fine. I hung out at home and had Christmas dinner and watched Christmas movies and hung out with the cats and stuff. So
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. And then any plans for New Year's?
Not really.
No. I'm gonna hang out here, but I can go right out there and just right out to the street, and I can see from the sidewalk like miles of fireworks.
Okay. There you go.
So I get the local right here that where they just set them off at the park and the school, and then I could see the strip, and then I could go past the strip. So it's pretty cool. And then I even got stuff behind me too that goes on. At least that's what I discovered for the 4th of July, and I'm assuming the same thing will happen for New Year's. So
okay, there you go.
Yeah. So we have done. So this would be number 5. I think I have this listed as 4.
We did. Well, I don't know if we did Did we do Rocky and Rambo for the end of the year?
Yeah, and Rocky and Creed were together.
Yeah. So we did Rocky and Rambo. Then we did Expendables and Escape Plan. So that'd be 4. So this would be number 5.
Okay. And this is the first one that I could not find us doing like a franchise or a series. But
yeah, this would be the first. This would be the first one, just standalone Stallone movies.
And I thought that it would be easy because there's 4 of them on this collection. So these are all Warner Brothers movies. So 4 film favorites, Sylvester Stallone collection. And we have Tango and Cash, Demolition Man, The Specialist, and Over the Top.
Yeah.
And this is where I was scared about watching this because it's done the same way that those Lethal Weapon ones are. Are yours different than mine, or did you?
Nope. I got the same exact copy you have, and I'm telling you, those are the bane of my existence.
Yeah, I was really, and right now I can even see scuff marks on this, and this would be The Specialist, but it played fine. But I was scared that I would, like, something would just freeze, and then I'd have to try to find it online somewhere, or maybe go and buy another copy. But it was okay. It ended up being okay. The only problem is you don't get any special features. Well, no, that's not true. Tango and Cash. Okay, wait. So it's widescreen, and you get a trailer. Demolition Man is widescreen, but you do get audio commentary and a trailer. Okay, so that's just within the film itself. So Specialist is widescreen, theatrical trailer, over the top, widescreen, and trailer. So you only get audio commentary with Demolition Man, and I wish I saw that because I would have watched it. Because the funny thing with Demolition Man is, and we'll get more into that later, is when I was watching it, I'm like, oh my God, this is like if Gen Z was running the world. And I messaged Jonathan Moody, and I'm like, dude, have you seen Demolition Man? Have you seen the Michelin Man lately? Have you been down to get your tires done? Demolition Man, because this is what it would be like if Kamala Harris was in the White House. And he's like, what? He goes, well, I have the Arrow version of it, which has like a European version, which I guess is longer. But he watched it.
Well, no. From what I understand, the European version, they took Taco Bell out and they put Pizza Hut instead.
Oh, really? That's funny.
That's the. I was looking that up the before because they were like, there's the international cut of it. I'm like, there's an international cut, and apparently that's the only difference. Is I guess Taco Bell at that point wasn't overseas, so they put Pizza Hut instead of Taco Bell.
I wonder if they shot that separately, like if there was the Taco Bell sign and then they just took down the sign and put up Pizza Hut, or if it's somehow digitally redone. I'll have to ask Jonathan because he said he's going to watch both, and because if you want to join us on this, he wants to review it. We're going to be doing it next month, and I'm going to be taking notes for it. Because I didn't have time to do it for this one, but I want to put on it. So he's going to watch this version and then that other version. And then I'm going to take notes of kind of like how The Simpsons predicts everything. And it comes true. I'm going to take extensive notes on this of what has come true. And then we're going to talk about it. So if you want to join us,
sure.
I think it's on like a Thursday, probably at like 7 o'clock. I'll have to get you the date. But that's coming up. So, but first, we are going to be talking about the film that everybody says, why is there no sequel to Tango and Cash? What happened here? Where's Tango and Cash? Part 2. Is there? Should we have a Tango and Cash Part 2? Have you seen any of these movies before watching them on this collection?
I have not. I did own Demolition Man on digital. And that's actually how I watched it, because the flipper disc was, well, it didn't act up, but I just didn't feel like getting up and putting the disc back in, so I just watched the digital copy I have.
Oh, okay.
So, I've heard of like Demolition Man. I've heard of. Over the Top, I've heard of because people said about. I guess it's Canon Films, right?
That's a Canon film, but released.
Okay, so because I've heard of Over the Top, but Tango and Cash and The Specialist, I've never really heard of. So this was like all brand new to me.
Now, I mentioned this to you, I want to show people. So this is our Happy Slimus. So happy, Stallone Christmas. So Happy Slimus. But you put 4 Stallones that have nothing to do with the movies that we're watching. Why? And you said you did that on purpose. Why? Yes. Why did you do this on purpose? What was your idea here?
Well, you did say that because your idea was that for this collection it was the good slime movies, and then next month we were planning on doing the bad slime movies. So I figured let's try to maybe take like some of I figured, I don't know, just maybe take like some of the better versions of those characters, and then maybe for next month I'll put like Fat Rambo on there. I'll put the Last Blood version of or not Rambo. I'll do I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll see if I can find some more PNGs. Plus, there wasn't, believe it or not, there's not a whole lot of PNGs of Sylvester Stallone, so I kind of had to work with what I had. So
okay.
Hopefully I can find some different ones for next week, or next month, but we'll go from there.
Yeah, because on this you have this guy here. That's Bullet in the Head Stallone.
Yeah.
Rambo Stallone. Rocky, which I think is probably Rocky 3 Stallone. That looks like Rambo 2 Stallone. And then maybe that's the first Expendables Stallone.
Yes.
So you got those guys there. So I have to. I know I called this the good. Like these are supposed to be the good Stallones, and then next month they're the bad Stallones. They're just two different companies that put their own. So these are all Warner Brothers. So it doesn't mean that they're good or bad. It could be all good or all bad or both. I'm mixed on that after rewatching them.
Yeah.
And even the the bad Stallone that we're going to be doing. So for people who don't know, for the last couple of years, we've been doing in December one franchise from Stallone, and then in January we'll do another franchise from Stallone. But we've ran through all of those, so now it's look, where they have these collections. Next month has 3 movies, which is Avenging Angelo, which is bad. I See You, which is good bad, and Shade, which also has Burt Reynolds in it, and that's and Sylvester Stallone. So I don't know how much he's in it, and I've never seen that, so I can't say.
Okay.
I think I jumped the gun by saying this is the good Stallone stuff.
Okay.
Because I think I liked 2. I don't really like one of them anymore, and one of them is still kind of at the same place as it was before. So, okay, I'm going to have you guess, because my opinion has changed. Which one of these do you think is what I now consider to be the bad Stallone?
Is it The Specialist?
No.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to assume one more guess, and then you can tell me. Well, or we can wait till we get to the. I'm going to say Tango and Cash.
It is Tango and Cash. Yeah.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was. I still can't tell you. I've seen this film 3 times now. I still can't tell you who's Tango and who's Cash. I'm assuming Stallone is Tango.
Stallone is Tango, and Kurt Russell's Cash.
Is Cash. Okay. I'm watching this going, this is one of the worst written movies I have ever seen. It's almost like the person who wrote it did no research at all on how anything works. If this was meant to be a kind of spoof or satire on cop movies that maybe, I don't know, Netflix put out or something, like a 6-part series or something, and they're just making fun of cop stuff, kind of like, was it Brooklyn 99 or Brooklyn 999, whatever that show is. If it was something like that, but this is, wow, I was getting so tired of their one-liners. I was getting, this film has 3 directors on it, but it's only listed by the main guy because there were, studio wasn't happy, Stallone wasn't happy, directors weren't happy. One of the directors on this is, I think his name, I'm blanking on his name. I know it's McDonald is the last name, I think. Peter McDonald? David McDonald, something like that. But it's the guy who directed Rambo 3.
Peter McDonald?
Yeah, Peter McDonald. Okay. So he's normally like one of the assistant directors, normally like a first assistant director. Okay. So I'm guessing Stallone did not like the original director, then got Peter McDonald to come on, and then there's a third guy. But I could, this out of all of these, this was tough for me to get through. And I mean, it's produced by John Peters and Peter Gruber. They're very big. Yeah, so even here, they even gave him the executive producer credit, Peter McDonald.
Yeah.
Larry Franco is like a known producer. Randy Feldman is a known, well, he's written a bunch of stuff, but it's got Jack Palance in it and Terry Hatcher. I don't know, man. What did you think of it?
I enjoyed it. I mean, I thought it was funny. I mean, whether it was intended to be a comedy or not, I thought it was hilarious. I mean, especially the one line where he shoots the gas truck and all the cocaine comes out, and the one cop's like, "Oh, he's trying to be Rambo," and then he goes, "Oh, Rambo's a
pussy."
Yeah.
We're far enough into the video where I don't think YouTube
Okay,
cares.
I didn't know if we were so far in or not, so that didn't say it. But I thought the one-liners were actually pretty funny. I mean, I actually enjoy movies with the one-liners. I mean, Kurt Russell, I mean, and Sylvester Stallone, I felt like were actually a good pair. I might be one of the very few that wish they would get a sequel to this, maybe, but I doubt that'll ever happen. Even though I've heard there was supposed to be one, but I don't know how true that is.
I don't think I would want one with how old they are now. I don't like these. Like, they tried it with Beverly Hills Cop 4, just Beverly
Yeah.
Hills Cop Axel, and it did not
Mhm.
work. It
Yeah.
was not good. So this is also, I put up this picture because Stallone is wearing glasses.
Yeah.
This is when people were still calling him dumb. And you know, and as we have experienced from watching, you know, all these movies with him, especially these director's cuts that
Mhm.
we've watched, we know that he's not stupid. We know that
No,
he's like a good
no,
businessman.
absolutely not. I mean, I think
But
it's actually pretty smart when he does director's cuts. He always makes it very different than the theatrical cut. So he's looking at it like, okay, if someone's going to rebuy this movie as a director's cut, I'm going to make sure that they're getting their money's worth out of it. So it's a completely different film.
yeah, actually, like Rocky 4 is very different.
Very different. Yes, it is.
But a lot of the critics and stuff sat there and said, "Oh, Stallone's going through his 'I'm smart' phase because I'm wearing glasses." And he would, in the interviews, he would wear glasses, and he would always be kind of in the suit and stuff like that. And it's like,
Mhm.
oh, he's trying to do like a completely different image. And I even made fun of him. You know, I get for the movie you would want to do it, you know,
Yeah.
because he is the more, you know, I wear a really nice suit with the tie. I got the, you know, my hair's done. I got the glasses. While Kurt
Yeah.
Russell's more of the blue jeans. You know, I drink Coors. You know, messy hair type of
Yeah.
guy who just doesn't give a crap. He's more, I guess he's the lethal weapon of the two. And
Yeah.
it's so I if they had done a sequel originally, that would have been fine. I believe the film, I don't think it was, no, its budget was 54 million and it made 120.4 million.
Okay.
So I don't know. Yeah, there are a lot of creative differences on this. Like, let's look at the director for a second here, because he's mostly I won't go through all the stuff because he's been making movies since the 60s.
Mhm.
So let's go. What did he do? Oh, he did this. That's right. He did this, and I want to own this. He did a version of the Nutcracker that is absolutely insane. Like,
Okay.
it's considered to be like a fever dream, like just an absolute nightmare movie.
Okay.
And I do want to see that at some point. But he did like a film called Inner Circle that nobody really cares about. It's got some known people in it. Homer and Eddie, which is like Whoopi Goldberg and John Belushi. Shy
Mhm.
People, which was like an indie film with like Joe Claiborne. So he really
Yeah.
hasn't done Duet for One. He's done, I don't, why did they pick him to make this? I mean, he hasn't done like really action movies. Even after this, he hasn't done action films really. What a weird decision to get him to do this. Short films, television, documentaries. What a
Sounds like you've
weird.
done everything else but action.
Yeah. No wonder
Mm.
this was they weren't happy with him. So yeah, he's only director on it. A lot of other stuff, he is also the writer or producer.
Mhm.
But yeah, what a weird decision then to. I mean, it has a great editor. Stuart Bard
Mhm.
he is a really good editor. He's been editing films since the late 60s. He did probably the best Steven Seagal film, Executive Decision.
Yeah.
He directed a film. Oh, I thought he did. Well, he directed Executive Decision, U.S. Marshals, which was the sequel to The Fugitive, Star Trek Nemesis. I thought he directed a film called Backtrack. Or maybe he just edited it, but that's a great film with Danny Glover. The Omen, he edited The Omen, Die Hard, Last Boy Scout. So it's got a great editor on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. For me, it just doesn't fully work, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I enjoy cheesy stuff, so that's probably why I enjoyed it a lot more. But I mean, if you're looking at it through like a critical eye, like you are, I admit it, John. You know you look at these things critically.
Oh, I never look at films for enjoyment anymore.
You got to come back to the dark side, John. You got to come back to the dark side. Enjoy movies for entertainment. That's what they were made for.
I know. Maybe the film isn't called. Wait, Dennis Quaid. Maybe it isn't called Backtrack. I could swear. I could swear it's called like Backtrack. I'm gonna look this up because now it's bugging me that I can't. It's a great film, and if you haven't seen it, let me see here. I know it was the 90s. Oh, Switchback. Oh, Jeb Stewart, who's I think he's also an editor too.
Okay.
Television, no, I know he's done other. Well, it's the yeah, he worked on Fugitive and stuff too. So Switchback, it's a Dennis Quaid and Danny Glover.
Okay.
And when it's one of those rare films where Danny Glover is a black serial killer. So they don't.
Oh, wow.
So they're thinking that the serial killer is white, and that he's like, it's like a normal kind of serial killer type of thing. So
Okay.
Danny Glover could just walk by them on the street and they would have no idea, because it's
Okay.
so incredibly rare to have a black serial killer, just in real life. So yeah, if you haven't seen, or if anybody out there has not seen Switchback, I highly recommend it. Yeah,
I will check it out for sure.
Yeah, it's very good. So I think the action is fine in this. I thought the direction was fine. I don't really know who to give credit to. The story and everything is okay. It's fine. I don't know. I'm just watching this going, I don't think this would happen. They go to court and I'm like, I don't think this would happen. It just really seemed like somebody who, it'd be almost like if they had, like if they could write it through AI back in the 90s, this is what it would come out as.
Okay.
That's kind of my take on it.
Okay.
But you liked it. Did you feel any of that type of stuff, or that it just worked?
No, I mean, I again, like I said, I watch these movies for enjoyment more than anything. I mean, I am critical to a certain extent, but this is the type of movie that you can just turn your brain off and just watch, really. I did, however, think that they were trying to do a little, like about the end of the movie, they were trying to kind of make it more sci-fi than action at one point. 'Cause you know how the futuristic looking like truck, the guy had made a different this vehicle or whatever, and I'm like, what are we doing here? We just
Almost
went a complete sci-fi at that point.
Yeah, like they wanted it to almost be like a series, like a franchise, or like a James Bond, and he was supposed to be Q.
Yeah.
So he's making up all this weird stuff. Yeah, like weird gadgets.
And like you said, maybe that was the point. Maybe they were making fun of all the action movies, or maybe that was their dig at the James Bond series. having this guy create all these things and maybe taking a jab at Q.
Right.
So I mean, it's possible that this was a like a parody almost, and it
Maybe.
might be a parody of the buddy cop movies. All like all the big buddy cop, like Lethal Weapon and all that.
So maybe I'm looking at it wrong, because that's the vehicle right there.
Mhm.
And it's got like the machine gun on it,
Yeah.
and and of course the guy's like, it's a prototype, bring it back, in one piece. Oh, of course we will, and they destroy it. But
you guys aren't destroying it. No, we wouldn't do that.
no.
Why aren't you guys talking?
Yeah, I can't hear you, as it's just like the radio is the only thing that's kind of left there. So, well, so let's look at each person then. So let's take a look at so Tango is
Sylvester
Stallone. So okay, so we got him here. Okay, so what I tried to find him in like his suit and glasses and everything. So did you like his character? Did you want him to be more Stallone? Did you like this take where Stallone isn't like
I mean, it felt like Stallone. I mean, there's a movie here that we'll get into that I really didn't feel like it was a Stallone movie, but we'll get to that when we get to it. But this one was like, yes, he's the action. He's still being the action star. He's supposed to be like the good cop at this point. He's supposed to be, the more I guess serious role or something, instead of like that goofy Adrian.
Yeah. So
I thought his voice. I liked how in the movie Kurt Russell's character Cash was like literally telling him, he goes, oh, he's just mad because he misses his outfit, and he's like, I do miss my outfit.
Well, which would be if this was an ongoing thing or a TV series, yeah, he would have the whole closet of suits, and because of his character, he's probably the guy that's sitting there doing the crossword puzzle, where Kurt Russell would be reading a Playboy,
yeah,
type of thing.
Yeah.
I like Stallone in this. I don't mind him kind of doing a little bit of a different character, because he's not Rambo. This is the second film actually that we watched where he makes fun of Rambo, because they also make fun of him in Demolition Man.
Do they make fun of him in Demolition Man? I must have missed that one.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, because it's the second time, and I think it's Wesley Snipes goes, like, who do you think you are, Rambo?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, which I would think, like, okay, only how about a Rocky joke? If you're already doing Rambo jokes, maybe do a Rocky joke. But I don't know which film came first. So, well, let's see. Tango and Cash was 89.
89. So,
and then Demolition Man is 93. So maybe in 93, instead of making a Rambo joke, make a Rocky joke, because you've already done the Rambo joke. But what are you gonna do?
I mean, it's an action movie. Rocky's more of like a sports movie more than an action movie. So an action movie making fun of an action movie probably, makes more sense.
I mean, since Demolition Man is kind of more of a spoof on stuff, they could make the Rambo joke, and then maybe when Stallone is fighting Wesley Snipes, it's who do you think you are? You punch like Rocky, making fun of him, and then he's like, "What's with all the Stallone jokes?" Something like that. But that may be too on the nose. And then, so then, what did you think of Kurt Russell here? Oh, look, he even autographed the picture. It's right
there. I like his gun.
Yeah,
his gun was pretty cool. So, and I like Kurt Russell. I mean, Kurt Russell's good in it, and well, I wouldn't say everything, but almost everything he's in. And even the bad stuff he's in is probably not even his fault. So, I won't blame him for it.
Right. Do you feel that with the amount of different characters up to that point that Stallone has played, does his character in this resemble any of those? Like, is he totally separate from, like, is Cash separate from the other guys?
I feel like he's his own character at that point. I mean, I think what they were really trying to go for was just before or after Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon was, I want to say the 80s. At least it started.
So I mean, it's
87 is the first one.
Because I'm kind of looking, I kind of looked at this movie like it was trying to be like in the same vein as the Lethal Weapon, because you have Sylvester Stallone being the Danny Glover character, Kurt Russell being the Mel Gibson character. You know what I mean? It's
Sure.
kind of like, hey, let's maybe make a spoof off of that, but also make it a little more.
And I know we keep kind of going over to Demolition Man, or at least I do. There is a Lethal Weapon 3 poster in one of the offices. So of course Warner Brothers. But so do you feel that the Kurt Russell character in this, Cash, is he Snake Plissken? Is he another one, or is he kind of by himself?
I feel like he's kind of like taking a little bit of everything and kind of mushing it together.
So if they made a franchise out of it, this would kind of be its own thing. It wouldn't just be like, oh, great, he's just doing Snake Plissken. Or
I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure he did take some inspiration from like some of his other characters he played, but I think this is more just him, just like I said, more of a crazy character more than anything.
Okay, so if they did a sequel these days, this is what they look like. So what do you think? I know it's a little blurry. I tried to find better pictures, but they just didn't.
I mean, I think it's a bit late for a sequel at this point, but if they did, it would probably have to be like almost like them passing the torch to another duo at this point.
Okay, so they'd have to have the. Oh God, then that means if they're passing the torch, well,
and it would be woke, and it would be.
I was about to say, I think both of them are conservative, so maybe not. But can you imagine Tango and Cash now would be one would be like a black lesbian non-binary missing one leg, and then the other one would be she could be the white lesbian
Trump supporter.
No, she would still be liberal.
Oh, okay.
And she has to, because her partner is black, she then would of course be talking about how bad herself is, always being white. So she would always be bringing her partner like coffee or a sandwich or something like that, because she feels that she owes it to her because of slavery. So it could be something like that. But being that these two guys are most likely conservative, it wouldn't be. So
you know what? I changed my mind. I don't want a sequel now.
I'm telling you, man, that's where it would go. It would.
I don't like it.
It's like, what is it? Bill and Ted Face the Music. Yeah. And I guess we were supposed to assume that the kids that were at the end of the second film were boys, but they ended up being girls. And I have a feeling that's just because of wokeness. That's the only reason. And people go like, well, their names kind of sound like girl names. So, but
I haven't seen Bill and Ted Face the Music, and probably the reason why at this point.
It's not bad. It's fine. I mean, it's whatever.
I'll check it out eventually. But
yeah, I agree. I don't really want to see. I don't really need it. But now there's some other people in this. We also have, at the time, the gorgeous. Well, she still is good looking. Terry Hatcher. So who's Cash's sister, but then has kind of like a thing with Tango's sister, but has like a thing with Cash. There we go. So what did you think about her in this?
And she was good. I mean, I didn't really like. There's some actresses I really don't know too much about, and she was kind of one of them. But I mean, from what she played, like the character she played, she did a good job. I mean, I just found it hilarious how Tango keeps asking Cash, "Did you do anything with my sister?" He goes, "Maybe."
Yeah, just kind of screwed with them, which is funny. Yeah. Well, she'd only done one film before this, The Big Picture. She is beyond gorgeous in The Big Picture. So, yeah, I thought that she was, and I liked her relationship with Cash. So, I'm sorry, I kind of interrupted you before. I thought you were finished.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good.
So yeah, so she's good. I like her. And then we also have Michael J. Perard. He's the guy that kind of plays like the Q character. He's the guy that makes the truck.
Okay.
And then you have, and then I like this picture of the three of them together. I think is kind of a funny picture. I like that. So I just threw it in there. And then there is one of our main bad guys is him. I probably should have done Jack Palance first, but we'll get to him. So, and Brian James, who's always good.
Yeah.
So he's always played, and he always plays guys with accents, which is funny. He's played Russians. He's played Bayou people. He's always doing Russian accents.
Yeah, he was an English accent this time.
Yeah,
which I thought was really good. I mean, having a grenade blow off in your pants is kind of a brutal way to go, though. I gotta say,
it is. It is.
I mean,
James Hong is one of the other guys who's in this. Robert Zadar is also in this. Louis Arquette. I don't know if he's an actual Arquette. Clint Howard is in this too. This has got a bunch of people in it. Jeffrey Lewis is in this.
Yeah.
Man, there's a ton. Why is he uncredited? It says uncredited here. He's like their captain. Why is he uncredited? That makes no sense. But I didn't get pictures of everybody because then we would just be here forever. But I found this one with all three of them in there.
Yeah.
And there's also, he's got the knife. They think that's like the barber blade, like the razor blade. The main villain, who I thought was funny. And then here's one of, if you've ever wanted to see Kurt Russell in was Kurt Russell in? No, I was thinking maybe he was in that drag movie with Too Long, Good Night, whatever it is with the person's name. It's a remake of the Australian movie, but it's with Wesley Snipes.
I do have a question. Is this movie? Kurt Russell played Elvis, right?
Yes, he played Elvis in the John Carpenter film. Then he plays an Elvis impersonator in 3,000 Miles to Graceland. And then makes an Elvis joke in here.
Was that before this movie?
Elvis was
because he kind of makes fun of during that scene where the cops are surrounded her like dance place, and he's like, "Have you ever played Elvis before?"
I think that is a joke to Carpenter, to the John Carpenter TV movie, but I think 3,000 Miles to Graceland is after this. That's with Kevin Costner. Okay. But yeah, so Stallone got his Rambo joke, Kurt Russell got his Elvis joke.
Yeah.
So and
comes full circle.
Yeah, it does. And then we got Jack Palance is the main bad guy. And all I thought, and as much as I love Jack Palance because he is a classic, you know, in these type of things, one of these like classic actors that's always in bad action films and stuff. I think he's just playing the character from Grisham, I think he's called, in Batman, in Tim Burton's Batman.
You know what he kind of looks like? No, I know we're gonna get canceled by the Christian people now. Kind of looks like Kenneth Copeland. No.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I could see that. Yeah, I could see him playing that. Yeah. Well, it's not like Kenneth Copeland's a good guy. But here's something I did not know. There are toys, Tango and Cash toys.
Oh Lord. Oh boy. Now, there you go, John. Now you got to go collect the toys now.
I could only find one of Kurt Russell. So here's the in suit one.
Okay.
I mean, it says Fox show, so it's fake show. So I'm not. Maybe these are computer generated.
Maybe
sure.
AI probably.
But and then there's, and then that's him without the suit. But I would definitely purchase these. I would, you know, if they weren't too expensive, why not?
Why not, right?
Yeah.
Gonna buy two, one to take out and play with, and one to keep in the thing.
That's right. Exactly. That is exactly how it should be done. So, so overall, what were your thoughts? Or any final thoughts on Tango and Cash? You recommend it? Don't recommend it?
I recommend it if you enjoy an action movie, like just a popcorn movie. Just turn your brain off and just enjoy it. So are we giving rankings for these, or?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, that 1 to 5.
Okay, you're gonna get mad at me, but I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Okay, no, that's a lot of people like this movie. I would probably, and you might be surprised with this, I would give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay, that's a fair score.
Yeah, it's got a great cast. It's well made. It's just the script is just so, I don't know. You know, I'll just write an action movie, but not do research type of thing. Like them just getting out of the prison. It's like, I'm not buying this. I'm not buying it's that easy to get out, because then why wouldn't anybody get out if it's that simple? But it's, yeah. So I think both of our reviews are fine. So yeah. Okay. All right. So then our next one would be Demolition Man. And that we have right there.
There you go.
Have you seen Demolition Man?
I haven't seen it before this viewing, but I've always heard about it. The only reason, the one thing I did, someone asked me if I knew who Dennis Leary was, and I said I don't. Because they were. I have a friend of mine at work. Have you ever heard his song called "I'm an A-hole"?
Maybe. I know that he has a few songs like that.
Yeah, well, he has a song called "I'm an A-hole," and basically he goes off on his little tangent. Actually, there's a part in the movie where he's like, I want to go drink, go down the boulevard and eating cheeseburgers and all that stuff. He's going off on a tangent, and I'm like, that is exactly what he does in the song.
That when he was doing that, I just went, oh, that's him. That's not even in the script. That's ad-libbed.
It probably was.
Yeah. I saw all of these movies in the theater, and The Specialist and Over the Top, I both have stories for. But I don't think I saw this at a screening. I know I didn't see Tango and Cash because we were going to a lot of screenings when my buddies and I lived in LA. But I really like Demolition Man, and I find it there. I think it's one of Stallone's best.
Yes.
I think Wesley Snipes is great in it. They've also talked about a sequel to this.
This will not fly today because you would never see a black man as a villain. They would be canceled.
Yeah.
Well, okay, maybe.
Okay. No.
Not to this extent, I should say.
He would still be a villain, but he would have to team up with Stallone to fight an even bigger villain who's white.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how they could do it. So it's like the buddy buddy Demolition Man movie or Demolition Men, and they don't get along. They don't like each other, and they keep saying through the movie, "When we're done with this, I'm going to kill you," but yet they have to work together. So Wesley Snipes is not. He's not the main bad guy. Instead, it's a like a really evil white guy that wants to set off a virus or something like that. So I just found this interesting because this really was, when I was watching this and they're showing, like, I think it's Malibu, you know, they're just showing LA. I'm like, my God, this is what it would be like if Gen Z was running the world, or at least the United States. This is what it'd be like if Kamala Harris got into office. It's, if you swear, you get a demerit. If you swear twice, you have the police called on you. So if you said anything that a far left liberal would find offensive, you would get a demerit. If you said, then if you did it again, like you feel that there's only two sexes, the police would be called on you and you'd be arrested. If you said Merry Christmas instead of Happy Holidays, you know, that whole type of thing. They got the whole thing about being happy, and to me is a very Gen Z hypocritical way of a dystopian future. That they want everybody to be included. They want everybody to get along, but yet if you have your own opinion, that's when all of a sudden the cops would get called in. I did look this up when they make the joke that Schwarzenegger is president, and he was governor after this. So and I remember with Schwarzenegger being governor is people were trying to figure out ways, because he wasn't born in this country, for him to be president. So that's another thing this kind of predicted. There's Taco Bell owns everything. And that is kind of like today with all these corporations buying everything out. Disney owning all of these IPs. Netflix buying Warner Brothers, which this is a Warner Brothers movie. There are way too many things. This, to me, I've never necessarily agreed with, you know, the only way of taking out a bad guy with the gun is a good guy with a gun. I've started to agree with that a little bit more, especially with what's happened in Australia lately. But this shows that Wesley Snipes is the bad guy with the gun. The only person who can take him out is a good guy with a gun. So because there's no guns, and that's what reminded me of Australia with their you know, their gun ban law. Kind of like this is where all they have are like the little taser things. They're like little billy clubs that when you do have somebody like Wesley Snipes, he's just going to take everything out. And they have, you know, the police have no idea what to do. I'll say this last thing and then I'll let you go. I'm sorry. Is I've even read, and I don't know if this is true or not, that Gen Z doesn't even like sex. That it's like way down on the totem pole of things to do. I'm sorry, was that bad, totem pole? Am I going to get canceled now? Am I going to get a demerit?
You're probably. I mean, I think we're beyond canceled at this point. Okay. I think you comparing this to Kamala Harris's United States has probably got us canceled already.
Oh, it absolutely is. And it doesn't make it any better either. And it just makes it worse. So
Yeah.
with the whole thing of them, and like I said, I've just heard this. I don't know if this is true. Is in the movie, Stallone is all psyched about having sex with Sandra Bullock, who's cute as
Mhm.
hell in this film. It's right before she did Speed. And they then put on the caps. And he's like, "What is
Yeah.
this?" And she goes, "Well, we're gonna have sex." So they just have sex mentally,
Yeah.
and it messes him up, like really screws him up to where he like throws the helmet off. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Why can't we just do this the old-fashioned way?" She's like, "Well, what is that?" And he's like, "Well, kissing." And she's like, "Oh God, ew, gross, that's
Ew.
horrible, ew." By the end of the movie, she's changed her mind. But it's all these type of things make me go, my God, this film is, you know, it's a dystopian future that you think is for the better,
Yeah.
but it isn't. It's no different than Orwell, you know, it's no different than 1984, even though
Yeah.
1984 is all, you know, grungy and kind of, you know, rusty and all that, and this is bright
Mhm.
and shiny. It's still, you know, and oh, and I'm sorry, this will be the last thing. All the negative stuff that they talk about that's canceled, like cigarettes, salt,
Mhm.
cookies, any you know, anything that's bad for you except for, you know, Taco Bell. Well, that's just like today. That's like how these people want to cancel all of these things, but
Yeah.
yet they go out and get the tattoos, the nose piercings, the septum, you know, piercings, the
Yeah.
colored hair. But
Yeah.
yet, if they don't like it, they want to get rid of it. Harry
Yeah.
Potter, whatever it might be, so
Yeah.
that in the future, if you wake up and go, "Hey, did they write any more Harry Potter books?" You would get that demerit,
Yeah.
you know. So it's yeah, I just found that to be very interesting. So I'm excited to watch this again and take detailed notes for
Yeah.
the video that you know, Jonathan will be doing. So so now I'll zip it and what did you think? What is your take on it?
I enjoyed the movie. I definitely enjoyed the cyberpunk setting. I don't know if you know what cyberpunk is.
I do.
Okay, all right. So, because some people, because believe it or not, I have said that to people about anything, and they're like, "Cyberpunk? What the frick is that?" And I'm like, "You never heard of cyberpunk?" Anyway, anyway, don't get me on that tangent. From what I understand, this this movie is actually loosely based on the book Brave New World.
Sounds right.
And basically, Brave New World is almost like 1984 or Animal Farm or any of the like those kinds of books. What's the other one? The Handmaid's Tale and all that, which is basically like the dystopian, like, you know, where everyone like follows a certain way and all that. So, and I'm like, I've never read Brave New World, so I can't really speak to that. But even if it was, you know, like 1984 or something, I could definitely see like the similarities to that. So, the cursing fines were hilarious. I laughed every. He's like F S. Yeah. Like, I'm using his toilet paper.
Yeah, because he's like you don't, which is weird because that means he's walking out with shitty with his with like a poopy butt. So Stallone goes into he uses the restroom, comes out going, "There's no toilet paper," which means he has poopy butt, and then
Yeah.
he doesn't understand how to use the three shells, like seashells, and then
Yeah.
starts just swearing, and it just keeps giving him the demerit after
Yeah.
demerit after demerit, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Now I got toilet paper."
There you go. um, yeah, I thought everyone in this movie was good. Like Stallone playing like the cop, how he kind of gets like, you know, like imprisoned for later on. You actually find out that, you know, Snipes actually killed everybody, so he got frozen for no apparent reason.
Yeah, yeah, because he was kind of framed. Yeah.
So and Dennis, like I said, Dennis Leary as the underground. What do they call him? I forget what they called him. They called him a word for like the underground people, and like I said, Dennis Leary, like the whole time he was going off on like, I want to eat cheeseburgers and like pee off the side of a building and do all this stuff, and I'm like, yep, that sounds exactly like the song he does.
So he was good for that role.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yeah, all I could say is the movie was good. I enjoyed it, and I will say Wesley Snipes' death, that was pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
That was a brutal way to go.
Yeah, and it's here I'll put up so people know who Dennis Leary is. Let's see, just in case they're not sure. Where is he? He's right here.
There he is.
Yeah, that's him right there. The guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Black is in this film too.
Seriously?
And so's Jesse Ventura.
Okay.
He plays Jack Black is like the guy that's right next to him here. I thought maybe this was him. He's one of the guys that's always standing right next to Dennis Leary. And then when Dennis Leary has his guys unfrozen, Jesse Ventura is one of the guys that's unfrozen.
Okay. All right. I didn't catch that one. Okay. I'll have to next time I watch it. I'll have to keep an eye out for that.
But let's see. Maybe there's a picture of him. So I would think with how big he is, it might pop up. Oh, there he is. Okay, so this would be a quick picture. Oh yeah, you could totally tell it's him too. Not the best quality, but oh well. Is this him? No, I don't think that's him. That's just the guy that's standing there. But this is him. Maybe that is him. But that's Jack Black right there.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. So
this must have been early Jack Black. Holy crap.
Yeah, very young. And then you have Sandra, because there's other people in this film too, but Sandra Bullock, who's very, very cute in this, I think.
Yeah.
But there's the other people that are in this. You have so her character's name actually is based on the author of Brave New World. So that's very intentional.
Okay.
But you also have like Benjamin Bratt is in this. Bill Cobbs, who is a legendary actor, very famous black actor. I think he's a great actor. Who else might be in this that we might have? Yeah, Jesse Ventura. Oh, Rob Schneider, of course. He's listed on here as uncredited. Why is he? He's not uncredited. He's one of the main guys. But yet Jack Black is not listed as uncredited, even though he's known as Wasteland Scrap Number 2. So there's still a fair amount of some. I'm guessing that they just weren't really known at the time.
Yeah.
So, and then what else did I grab here? I just got. So kind of the same idea that we did with the last one. What did you think of Stallone's character? What did you think of Spartan, John Spartan?
I mean, he's got a cool name. I mean, does he? I think like every movie I'm like, yeah, that's a cool name. That's a cool name.
They got to give him a cool name.
I mean, he's John Spartan, man. He's got to have a tough guy name.
He also kind of reminded me of Judge Dredd in this. Some of the costumes that he wears or uniforms was very Judge Dredd, one of the biggest disappointments on the face of this planet. Who knows? Maybe we'll have to do that next year.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, it's they had everything. Judge Dredd. If they had just stuck with the comic book, it would it would have been great because they had
Yeah.
everything. The comic book was right there. But of course, Stallone, being the narcissist that he is, has to take off that friggin' helmet so everybody can see his beautiful face, you know.
Of course, man.
Yeah, you just can't leave it on. Not once in the comic book do we see him without that. Well, he does take off the helmet, but it's always blacked out. It's always like he's in silhouette or something.
Yeah.
So he does take the helmet off, but you just never see him.
Mhm.
So, and what did you then think of Wesley Snipes?
I mean, he has a very weird hairstyle there. A very cyberpunk style. I mean, I kind of wish they would have went a little crazier with that. Like maybe made him like, like because a lot of the cyberpunk movies you have like, like they'll have like blue spiky hair or something. That's the only thing I'll say is a knock against this movie. I really wish they could have went a little more with that. Like went a little more out there, if you know what I mean.
Well, they're supposed to be in the 90s, right? So he's supposed to,
Yeah.
this is supposed to be like a hairdo that's from the 90s. Or when it, because they're stuck in there for like 32 years or whatever. So
Yeah.
he would still be stuck in that. From what I think it was Jonathan who told me, that Dennis Rodman got his hairdo because of Wesley Snipes in this film.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
he influenced somebody, and of course the character's name is Simon Phoenix.
Yeah.
So he also has the name. So
yeah.
But I really enjoyed Demolition Man a lot more than I remember liking it. So
yeah.
So anything else on Demolition Man, or do we want to rate it?
I think we pretty much touched on everything. I mean, I think it was a great movie, and as you touched on, it's scary to see how fascism can destroy our way of life.
Yeah, even when they think it's good, and it is the guy's a cult leader who starts this whole thing, but nobody can really see that. They all praise him, which to me was kind of like praising Kamala.
Yeah.
But it's yeah, that this doesn't necessarily, well, and you have Stallone at the very end says that there is a middle ground. You don't have to go so far this way and so far that way. You can find a middle ground for this stuff. So its budget was, wow, this is a difference. 45 to 77 million. It did make 159 million.
Okay.
And it's, besides Brave New World, this is also based on H.G. Wells' The Sleeper Awakes.
Okay.
It got mixed reviews, but it was considered to be a successful film for Stallone.
Yeah.
Where Tango and Cash got mixed reviews, but was also a box office success.
Yeah.
So there we go.
There you go.
And then what did the director do on this? Marco Brumdelli, something like that. I don't worry too much about names anymore. I just don't. So this was his first film. Oh God, then he did Excess Baggage, which was not good, with Alicia Silverstone. Dinotopia, which was the TV thing, and a story in a anthology called Sync. I don't know that one. So 2006. So he didn't really. What's up here? Selected projects. It looks like he's video. Yeah, I don't know what all these are. Channel 4 video installation suspended in customs enclosures with, I don't know, what is he do? What? Single channel video installation? Yeah, I don't know what all this stuff is that he's done. Maybe video games or something? I don't know. It doesn't say. It just says selective projects. Heaven's Gate 2021 single channel 8K video installation. I don't know.
Maybe he did something for the 8K thing. I don't know.
Yeah, weird. But okay, so what is your what do you give Demolition Man?
I give it the same as Tango and Cash, 4 out of 5.
I give this 4 out of 5. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely 4 out of 5.
See, we agree on something, John.
Something we agree on. Now maybe this, I don't know about this one then. But let's see what you think of for The Specialist.
Mm.
Hmm?
It was alright.
It was I.
It was alright.
Is I. So I saw this at a screening a year before it came out.
Okay.
The weird sex scene between Stallone and Sharon Stone was cut down. When I saw it, it was much longer. There was more nudity, and it was weird. It was almost like they were doing kind of like Greek god wrestling. It's because of how their bodies are, that they're so built, that it's almost like they were like, Stallone would wrap his body around Sharon Stone, and then her upper half would be wrapped around him. So it was these really weird, bizarre positions that they would get into, and the audience was just laughing. And so then when we saw it a year later in the theater, I don't think that there was anything cut out except for like half the sex scene was missing.
Okay.
But I think Sharon Stone is absolutely gorgeous in this film. And I think it might be my favorite film on this collection. What do you say about that? What do you think about those apples?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it because it wasn't a shoot 'em up movie. It was bombs. He's a specialist, so he's a bomber. So I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like the revenge stuff with Sharon Stone. I know it's Florida, it's Miami, but I like the locations that they used. I thought were pretty cool. I like that a lot of it is shot outside. Demolition Man still might be a little better. If you're going to ask me to watch one or the other, I'd probably say Demolition Man. But so maybe this is my second favorite. James Woods I liked in it. Rod Steiger I thought was hilarious with his horrible accent, where it really sounds like at the very end, right before he blows up, it really sounds like Jew bastards. From what he yells. I had to put on the subtitles, but I looked away when he said it. But I remember in the theater, my friends and I looked at each other going, did he just say Jew bastards? But it wasn't. It was just his accent was bad. I like his kind of bat cave, his little Stallone specialist cave that's up on the dock, and then it kind of goes down and the things. I don't know. I remember hating this movie, and I liked it when I was watching it. I'm like, shit, so far out of the 3, this is the one that I'm into the most.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts?
I mean, I don't know. I think I may have went into this with the wrong expectations. I mean, because it felt more like I don't know. It felt more like Stallone was like taking a back seat, and it was more Sharon Stone's movie more than it was Stallone. You know what I mean? I mean, if I would have went into this with like, okay, which I know it's probably a bad way to go into any movie, because I was expecting, the explosions, I was expecting the action, I was expecting all this different stuff. So when this is like a different take on Stallone, it's kind of okay. This is a revenge story. She wants him to kill all these guys that, killed her family, and I don't blame her. I would want these guys dead too. But I don't know. To me, it felt like a drug a little bit, because there were times I was actually falling asleep watching it. I was like, oh man, I was like, ooh. And I don't know. I mean, I definitely I would tell people to watch it, but I think out of all 3, I think this was the weakest for me.
Okay. The one thing that I did like in this, and maybe that added to it, is that Stallone's character adopts a little kitty. He's just walking along.
I like that part. That was cool.
Yeah, it's a very cute kitty, and it's just meowing, and then he kind of just rescues it off the street.
So here's the question, man. Here's the question. Did he save the cat at the end when the building blew up?
He opens up the door, it's like the door on the floor, and the first thing to go out is the cat. The cat races out.
Okay, so they did save the cat. So the cat.
Yeah, you don't. I think
because I didn't see the cat leave, and I'm like, did the cat blow up? Did they blow the cat up?
When everything was happening, I was really like, oh man, I really hope that they show that the cat's okay. And then he opens up the floor, and the cat just goes mew, and it just like goes right underneath, and then Stallone goes, and then Sharon Stone goes. But I really wanted that shot at the end when they're kind of walking around, is maybe you just see the cat in the background.
Yeah.
Just kind of wandering around. Because he rescued the cat, so the cat was happy in its home. It was chasing mice and everything. And then it blows up, and then it's like, oh no, where's the kitty? Now it's back on the street again. But at least, we did see it at least go out the door. So I guess we're supposed to think that, okay, fine, it went out the door, so it got safe, because you can't. Yeah, you can't have the cat get killed.
You got it. I don't know, man. That's why I was like, ugh. I'm like, I hope the cat survived.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. So this costume with Sharon Stone, I thought she looked gorgeous in it. She apparently, this shirt demands no bra, so her nipples were just popping out the whole time, which I thought was funny. This is just at that, because when did she do this? This was 94, and which I find funny with her, because she is working with, and I know we keep going back to politics on this, but she's working, of course, with Stallone, who is now a conservative, thanks to the cancel culture trying to cancel him, and James Woods. So, but when did she do this? This was, no, okay. I thought this maybe was before Basic Instinct, but she had already done like King Solomon's Mines, Above the Law, Action Jackson, Total Recall, Basic Instinct. So which was her big movie. Yeah. Sliver. And then she did The Specialist.
Okay.
So she'd already been working for like 10 years. And then after that, like Quick and the Dead, Casino. So she rised very quickly, it looks like. So I thought that she did this because I figured if she was already really established, she probably wouldn't be doing the nudity. But Stallone does nudity too. So we get to see his butt and everything. So that's, I guess, butt for boobs.
We got something to appease both sides.
Yeah. And what did you think of her? Did you like her?
I thought she did a good job. I don't have anything. I don't have anything against the actors. I just thought the story was kind of a little, again, and it may have been because I watched this like later in the night, so I may have to revisit this one. That really like maybe with better expectations at this point, but I don't know. I just felt like the story was kind of slow. You know what I mean?
It's definitely not an action movie. It feels, even the music feels like a Bond movie, almost like
more of
Jason Bourne, or
more of a thriller or something. Maybe not thriller. Maybe thriller is the bad word.
No, I think thriller would be about right, because it's not an action movie. It has action.
So it's kind of like a thriller suspense more than like, okay, are they gonna is she gonna get her revenge for, you know, the people that, you know, killed her family, you know, and you're sitting there like hoping they get their reward.
Yeah, and she's totally willing to go do it too, but you know, he wants to. And I kind of like all the stuff on the phone, and he's listening to it as a recording.
Mhm.
It felt kind of film noir, you know, back in the day, like The Big Sleep or something, where the
Yeah.
detective is narrating the film, but this is done through recordings that he can listen to.
Mhm.
This is I think Stallone looks good in these
Yeah.
earlier films. Um, Now he is getting up there. I do like this shot of Sharon Stone at her fake funeral. I thought looked good. It's a
Yeah.
nice in the center shot of her walking through. And then you have the now. Do you agree with Mr. James Woods that at the very beginning of the movie, they got the, you know, Stallone is the guy who sets up the bombs. James Woods is the guy who pushes the button.
Yeah.
So Stallone sets up the bombs, and then he goes over to James Woods where they're going to blow it up, and he sees in the car there's the kid,
Yeah.
and Stallone's like, "We can't do this. There's a kid in the car," and James Woods like, "We got a job. This is our job. You know, it doesn't matter if there's a kid in the car or not."
Yeah.
So, and of course, that's the rift that comes between them. James Woods blows up the car. The kid dies. Stallone rats him out. He gets kicked out. Then he kind of becomes this independent guy, like a mercenary or something.
Yeah.
Who do you side with? Do you side with Stallone? Don't blow it up because there's a kid, or do you side with James Woods? We got a job to do. It doesn't matter that there's a kid in the car.
I mean, me personally, I would more side with Stallone's character. Like, hey, we gotta save, innocent people should not die to kill like, it would be like it'd be almost like, well, if you kill, I don't know, you like do you if you had a chance to go back and kill baby Hitler, would you kill? And the only way you can do it is if you have to kill the mother too. Would you kill the mother while killing baby Hitler? I don't know. It's like kind of iffy there.
I would go back a little bit further and push Mother Hitler down the stairs.
Oh God! So you're gonna kill you're gonna kill Hitler's mom?
Well, no. She would just have a miscarriage.
Okay,
She,
but what
she
if
would
she
just,
dies falling down the stairs?
well, then she might not have baby Hitler too. There's a Doctor Who way back in the day when Tom Baker was there, the fourth Doctor, basically everybody's favorite Doctor. There is one of the serials that they made is called Genesis of the Daleks, and the Daleks are basically Nazis. They're Hitler. Davros, the guy who creates the Daleks, is Hitler, and then all the Daleks around him are like the Nazis. The Doctor, Tom Baker, if he just takes two wires and puts them together, it kills Davros. It destroys the Daleks. None of this happens. But what he says is, if I do this, like thousands of planets won't come together. It's this whole moral thing of, do I let this happen and have Davros and the Daleks kill all these people, but it brings all these planets together who would have never come together before. So he chooses not to do it.
Yeah.
And so it's on him that now all these people die, but then of course all these planets come together, kind of like, it's the whole, baby Hitler thing.
Yeah.
And it's so, I don't know. I kind of agree with James Woods in a way. It's a job.
I mean,
it's collateral damage.
When it comes to the military, like if you have an assignment, you have to do what you have to do. I mean, regardless of your basically James Woods' character is like, hey, personal feelings set to the side. This isn't about your personal feelings. This is about the job. And then Sylvester Stallone is kind of like us, like, well, wait a minute, there's a kid in the car. We can't blow this up. We can't, kill an innocent person. But the job requires, like, whatever necessary. We have to kill the terrorist or whatever, or the drug lord or whatever he was.
Yeah, that was the thing, is that it was a drug lord. So
yeah,
there is a question there of which way to go. So the one guy, God, I always feel. Oh, here's a sexy Sharon Stone for us right there. So I thought I'd throw in a sexy Sharon Stone. There we go. Got to be happy with that right there. That brings the movie up, I think. So those are my thoughts. Sexy Sharon Stone. I was thinking about this guy while watching the movie. I'm thinking, this is a
I didn't even know this was Eric Roberts until later. I was like, I didn't even put two and two together. I'm so used to seeing Eric Roberts as the older guy now.
Well, and all he does are bad movies. I own one where it's what is he? Is it? I think he's in a film called A Talking Cat. And it's this micro budget movie about a cat that talks and he does the voice. But I don't think the mouth moves. I think it's like a mental thing. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But I was watching this going like, man, dude, you were big at one time. You're making movies at Warner Brothers. You're working with Stallone and Sharon Stone, one that had an Academy Award, the other one who will be getting an Academy Award. And it's just like, what friggin' happened to you? Your sister was huge. Your daughter is pretty huge and hot. And it's like, dude, what happened? I'm wondering if this character that he plays in this film is Eric Roberts, this kind of sadistic, listen to me, don't interrupt me, do what I say, I have no problem killing you type of thing, that this is kind of Eric Roberts, maybe, and just people didn't want to deal with him. I don't know. I mean, I would work with him because he's Eric Roberts, but
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things. What do you think?
I mean, I think he did. When he has something to work with, he does great movies. But when he doesn't really have anything to work with, I mean, like I think at this point he's just like, especially now, he's just like, you know what? I'm just trying to wrap up as much IMDb credits as much as possible. I'm just trying to be in as many things as possible so nobody forgets me. So if you have a part for me, I will do it, regardless if your movie is terrible or not.
Yeah, a lot of these guys do these types of movies these days. So it's because I love his daughter. I love Emma Roberts, but she's definitely on my list. But it's like, wow, okay, I guess. And Philip OGP got to work with him, and then on a film, and Joe Lujan got to work with him, got to direct him in The Immortal Wars. So who knows? Maybe one day I'll get to work with him. Who knows? There's also I put this in here to show Rod Steiger. So there he is. So he's our main baddie. He's the main mob guy. So he's pretty classic. The film I know him the best for is The Illustrated Man by Ray Bradbury. It's based off of Bradbury's book. But and he's the guy that yells what we think is Jew bastards at the end, which it's not. But it's kind of like in a Christmas Story when Ralphie's in line with all the kids to see Santa, and Ralphie turns to the kid, and the kid looks at him and goes, No. The kid says something. Ralphie then responds with, "I'm a bigot." And he does, and for decades, my friends and I thought that Ralphie said, "I'm a bigot." And it isn't. It's not that he doesn't say I'm a bigot, because then finally you were able to do the subtitles on TV, and it was something else. It was just like, I think he says I'm a thinking, but the way he says it is I'm a bigot. So for years we thought that Ralphie was racist.
It's just like misheard lyrics in music now.
Yeah, you don't really know.
Did Jimi Hendrix say he wants to kiss the sky or kiss this guy?
I would like to think he wants to kiss this guy. It's the 60s. He's a little open to stuff. Who knows?
You never know. You don't know.
You never know. He might have gone to parties and a guy slipped in. You never know. It's okay. It's all right.
Wow. Hey, so to each their own, guys.
Yeah.
To each their own.
To eat their own. And this is why this picture, I like this of Stallone. It's kind of like the black and white one, but I like the whole bomb thing of him making the bombs and all that. And so I like that a lot better. He has another film called Assassins, which maybe that's another one that we can look at next year with Antonio Banderas, where he's training the assassin who eventually has to kill him. It also has Julianne Moore in it. It's pretty good. But what rating would you give this 1 to 5?
This rating may change. You know what? I'm going to go back to my original rating of 2.5 out of 5. But I definitely want to revisit this one because I feel like if I watch this a second time, my opinion may change. So I'm definitely going to have to revisit this one.
Okay. Well, and I did, and I liked it from when I didn't like it before. I did mention, okay, so the budget on this is $45 million. It made $170.4 million, and it was this is another one of his films met with mixed or negative reviews, but it was a box office success. It does have Gloria Estefan's Turn the Beat Around, which became a #1 single. So so not too bad there. Oh, this is actually based off of some books. John Shirley. It is
I did see
based
that.
on The Specialist, based on the novels by John Shirley. So I did not know that.
It said it at the beginning of the movie. I was like, oh, this is based on a book. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And then Louis Losa, maybe I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong. That's the director, but he did Sniper, which was pretty good. That was with Tom Berenger and Billy Zane, which is very similar to Assassins. He also directed Anaconda, and that speaking of Jack Black, that awful Anaconda remake is out there that I'll never see. And so he did.
I think Jack Black just needs to sit down and go somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm so sick and tired of seeing this dude. I mean, I used to be like, okay, I'll watch it. He went from I will watch this movie because Jack Black's in it to I really don't care because Jack Black's in it.
Yeah, I used to get Jack Black and Seymour Hoffman confused before they were known. I don't know why, but I think I've only liked Jack Black in 3 movies. I liked him in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer as the pothead who gets killed.
Okay.
Because his character is so stupid. He's like the white reggae guy that smokes pot all day. I liked him in School of Rock.
Yeah, that's the one movie I enjoyed him in.
I think that everybody likes him in that one. And then I did like him in Minecraft. I thought that he was pretty funny in Minecraft. But otherwise, I can live without.
Okay, so here's the problem with new Jack Black. I swear he has to sing a song in every freaking movie he's in now. And it's like, dude, yes, we get it. You are in a band, okay? We get it. Stop. And might be controversial, but I thought Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny wasn't that great of a movie.
I don't remember much of it. I remember Dave Grohl being the devil at the end, and that's about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's all
I mean,
remember.
it was pretty much their second album, and they just decided to make it into a movie.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably what I'll have to watch down the road.
Yeah.
I
mean,
know
it's worth watching like one time, but it really kind of loses its rewatchability.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, and they made the well, not Jack Black didn't, but the other guy in Tenacious D, who then decided when they were out on tour, a very successful tour, decided to bash on Trump, and that ended
Don't miss
that
next time
tour. Dude, just shut up. This guy does nothing. Jack Black toes the line on this entire thing, and you're gonna sit there and say something stupid and then get the entire show canceled, like the tour canceled.
From what I understand, it was supposed to be his birthday or something. And they were singing happy birthday to him, and he goes, make a wish. And then when he goes to blow the candles out, then he goes, don't miss Trump next time. And I'm like, if I would have been Jack Black, I'd be like, whoa, hold on. We don't condone violence. We don't, I would have been like trying to stay face and everything, even if I didn't. I hated Trump, whatever. I would have been like, whoa, hold. We don't condone violence here.
These people are stupid. You have a successful tour going on. Just shut up. Just shut up.
Yes.
So
I agree.
So this director has done some stuff I definitely know. So he did a film called in '87, Hour of the Assassin. That's with Eric Estrada. I think that's like a Roger Corman produced film. Crime Zone is a Roger Corman film. That's with David Carradine. Sniper, which I thought was really good. 800 Leagues Down the Amazon. I don't know that one, based on the Jules Verne novel. Oh, I think it became Fire on the Amazon. Maybe it was re-edited or whatever with Sandra Bullock. Then Specialist, Anaconda, Feast of the Goat. I don't know that one. Looks like maybe it could be action-y. Something in Spanish, and then Tattoos in Memory, which looks like a war film. So but that's about it for him on that one. So I just wanted to get that in before I forgot. So but I haven't given mine. So you gave 2.5?
Yeah. I did have it at 2, but I changed it back to 2.5. I'm definitely gonna have to give it a second chance.
What did I give? Do you remember Tango and Cash? What did I give it?
I think you gave it a 3.
3? Demolition Man got 4. Specialist gets 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I would rather watch it over Tango and Cash, but I think I would rather watch Demolition Man if I had the choice. So it falls somewhere in the middle. So, okay. All right. So then that leaves us on our last one here. Last one, which is Sylvester Stallone in Over the Top. Have you seen Over the Top before?
I have not. I've heard the title, but I've never watched the movie.
Okay. It is considered to be a box office bomb. I'm just going to get that out of the way. It received middling reviews from critics. And I'll go into, might as well just do it right now. Oh, wow. 25 million was its budget. It only made 16.
Oh, wow.
It was made by the Golan and Globus, directed by Golan, but distributed by Warner Brothers. What do you... Oh, the soundtrack is by Giorgio Moroder. That's a good thing. What did you think of this? Do you think that this was meant to be the next Rocky? That then he would just go from arm wrestling to arm wrestling to arm wrestling competitions? Was this and the
I think this was meant to be just like a standalone movie. I think personally this is more... I would describe this movie as if if your kids want to watch a Stallone movie and you don't want to show them Rambo, but you think Rocky might be a little too up there for them, this is the one you want to show your kids.
Okay, it is.
It has that more of a kids film vibe to it. Now, were they planning on it that way? No, it is only rated PG, so there's no cursing or swearing in it, as far as I know. There's no nudity in it.
No.
There's nothing, from what I see, it basically had like how every kids movie you have like a lesson in it. I feel like this is like one of those kind of things. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. The arm wrestling competition I thought was a kind of a unique twist. I don't know. Is there are there such things as arm wrestling competitions? I don't know. Maybe.
Are there arm wrestling? No, it doesn't even come out with that. Arm windows? No. Are there arm
windows?
Yeah, that's what it. Arm wrestling. Arm.
Never mind.
Because I'm misspelling everything as I'm doing it. Okay, arm wrestling competitions are not only held at professional levels, but also at various amateur and community events. These competitions showcase the sport's diversity and appeal to a wide range of participants. Here are some upcoming, then it just says, well, there's like 2025 IFA North American Arm Wrestling Competition, Olympia Ultimate Arm Wrestling Competition. So yeah, it's a real thing.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected. All right. Well, I mean,
cool. But I wonder if somebody like one of them, like the writer who I've never heard of, went to Vegas or something where the ending of the film takes place, and he goes, "Well, shit, there's an arm wrestling competition. Let me go check this out." And they said, "Wow, this could be the next Rocky. I'm going to write a script about this." And to me, this kind of is where I mentioned like maybe Tango and Cash could be AI written. This kind of felt AI written to me. I've seen this film 4 times, maybe more. And it's not because it's a great film. I saw it in the theater, and then my friend was obsessed with Canon films, so we watched it again. And because so I have it on this just like you do. Okay. And let me get out of this here. Then I also have it on this. So this is a collection. So it's The Bombs, Babes, and Blockbusters of Canon Films, a 10-pack DVD collection. And there's Stallone from Over the Top. It has Missing in Action, Invasion USA, Cobra, The Delta Force, Masters of the Universe, Over the Top, Bloodsport, The Hitman, Hellbound, and Electric Boogaloo, the documentary. Electric Boogaloo, The Wild Untold Story of Canon Films. And it's kind of in this thing here, and all the movies are individual, which is nice. So they all have their own little. So I have that, and then my coworker Kasha, one of her family members married David Mendenhall, who is in this. He plays the son of Stallone, and he was there. She told him that I would be there and that I'm a fan because he was also in what's the Corman one? Space Raiders, which I own. And so he took a picture with me, and which I can't find, but I know I have it somewhere. And I wanted so bad, and I should have thought of this before. I wanted the VHS copy of Over the Top because I thought that's what David should sign. But instead I bought the Blu-ray. So he signed the Blu-ray for me, and it says, "To John, thanks for watching, David Mendenhall," and then his character Michael. He put in that into quotes. The thing with David is he's a very nice guy, but cautious. So what it sounds like, had the same thing happen to him that a lot of these kids have happened. Like the little kid that played Anakin in The Force Awakens was bullied, made fun of. He eventually went to jail, all this stuff. And David told me that the same thing kind of happened to him, is that he made this Stallone movie, and then people, like other kids, made fun of him and bullied him. And he eventually left the film industry. And so when I asked him, well, would you be willing to sign my Blu-ray? He's like, well, why? And I'm like, well, I love the movie. I mean, I love Over the Top, and which I do. And so eventually he did sign it. He was worried that I didn't want the To John, that he just was going to sign it, and then I would go sell it on eBay. So that was his concern. I said, nope, this is mine. I want you to sign it to John, please. I'm going to keep this. This will be mine. And then the same thing with the picture. And he goes, well, why do you want the picture? I said, dude, I'm a fan. I watched in these other movies. I mean, when would I ever meet you again, except for this party? And he goes, well, you can manipulate a picture. You can sell the picture. I'm like, dude, the picture is just for me. I could take it. If you don't want me to, I don't have to put it up on, at the time, I guess, Twitter. I don't have to put it up on Facebook. It could just be for me. I would like it, please. And he eventually did. He trusted me with it, and I haven't done anything with this stuff. So that is my connection to Over the Top. And I did ask him if he would come on like One Filmmaker, because I'd love to talk to him about his career. It hasn't happened yet, but at some point I'm hoping to get a hold of him again and seeing if he'd still be willing to, to come on this, or to come on One Filmmaker. So that's my connection to this. I rewatched it again today. I really think it's like the 4th or 5th time. It's short. I think it's probably the shortest one out of all these ones we've watched.
It's like an hour and a half or something.
Yeah, it's really short.
93 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, which is perfect.
Well, the second it is the shortest, but Tango and Cash is like 3 minutes long.
Okay. Yeah, because I think Tango and Cash probably went through some editing. They're, Warner Brothers was probably like, let's just get this down to like around 90 minutes or whatever. So that's my story. So, if David ever watches this, I thank him for signing everything and taking the picture, and I believe he's a lawyer now. He moved away from, I think he still does interviews and stuff, but he's more of a lawyer than he is might even still work in the entertainment industry, but as a lawyer. So, but it was pretty cool. I mean, how often would you think that you'd meet the kid from? It's like, what else says he did? David, let's see, what else did he do? He worked all the way up to about 2014.
Wow.
So he does a lot of voice work.
Okay.
So he's done like Puff the Magic Dragon, Smurfs. He was on the TV show Taxi, Space Raiders. He's been on some soap operas, Different Strokes, episode of one of the new Twilight Zones, a couple Rainbow Bright, Bernstein Bears, G.I. Joe. He was on Punky Brewster, but the cartoon version. Transformers, the movie. This is the one where I went, dude, you're in a movie with Orson Welles. This is pretty hot. And he's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, dude, you and Orson Welles in the same movie. That is pretty awesome. Then just a couple Transformers episodes, Centurions, Over the Top, Going Bananas, which is, Dom DeLuise. They Still Call Me Bruce, Scooby-Doo, Roseanne, yeah, My Worst Enemy, which was 2008. So he was still doing stuff up 2011. God Bless America. Oh, which is a great film by Bobcat Goldthwait. Gifted Man. So yeah, he worked all the way up to 2014, and then it looks like that's kind of where he stopped.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I was very happy with that. So, and I do like the movie. Do I think it's Stallone's best film? No, but it's entertaining. I think it's probably one of Canon Films' best films. So what? Now that I've rambled on, what do you think?
I mean, like I said before, it feels like a kids movie, even though I don't think it was intended to be a kids movie. The whole truck driver thing was I mean, Stallone is a truck driver. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's the story probably isn't the greatest story ever, but I enjoyed it for what it was. And again, like I said, just like I said with Tango and Cash, and really, and all four of these movies, you really just have to just turn your brain off and just watch it for what it is. And, just enjoy it at this point.
Yeah, I guess the some of the stuff that I wasn't a big I love that his hat is a big deal. Like his hat is a character. So he has his hat and he's like this with the hat. And then when he's being interviewed, he's like, my hat. I when I turn my hat, when it goes this way.
It's like I turn into a machine.
It's
a
like
truck.
I'm a machine. I switch it on. So you see him in, which is like, okay, so what if you put your hat this way? What if it's like, are you half a machine and then half not a machine? What is it?
He's gangster machine.
So yeah, and it's for anybody who's really interested, by the way, for anybody who's interested, at the Stallone store, I guess, like his website, you can buy the hat.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I guess since the hat is a character, kind of like his truck is a character, you can actually buy it. So, which I thought was funny. That first poster is the theatrical one, but I like this one better. I like that better. I like the drawing better than the picture.
Yeah, that makes it look more like an action movie than the other one. The other one, you can definitely tell it's more of a like a competition movie. But
well,
this one, like if you didn't know this was an arm wrestling competition, and you were just going blindly off this poster, you would think it was an action movie.
Yeah, and look at the detail that's on this too, compared to, oh yeah, it's a picture of two guys. Oh yeah, it's a picture of two guys. Oh yeah, it's a picture of a guy and a girl. Oh yeah, it's a picture of two guys. Like, wow, what a creative, time that they had putting that poster together. I mean, it definitely tells you what the movie is, but I don't know, but that is so much nicer.
Yeah.
So so some of the stuff that kind of bugged me in it. Oh, well, let's look at this guy. This is the villain. Did you think he was a good villain?
I mean, at first, when I first saw him, I was like, "Is that the Big Show?"
The what?
I thought when I first saw him, I was like, "Is that the Big Show?"
The Big Show? What is
wrestling.
Big Show?
Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
He's like the giant. Like he's almost like as tall as Andre the Giant, almost. I thought that was him at first, and I was like, "No, that's not him."
No, he is. It's Rick Zumwalt. is an American professional arm wrestler and actor.
Oh, okay.
So what else has he been
Didn't
in?
know that.
Oh no, he died. According to his wife, he died on March 19th, 2003, suffering from a major heart attack.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, his first film was Over the Top in 1987, and then he was in Disorderlies with the Fat Boys, Paternity 3 or Penitentiary 3, The Presidio with Sean Connery. He was in a lot of movies.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, Batman Returns. He played Tattooed Strongman. But yeah, he died. This is it sucks because I always think like Creed, or if Stallone's ever going to make another Rocky movie, that why not bring back some of these guys? And I was thinking while watching Over the Top, like, oh, why not bring back this guy and have like that connection to, Rocky and Over the Top. But I guess not. No, that's not going to happen. So, but I thought he was fine. There is, I didn't watch it, but there is a video of him and of David together, like on a talk show, promoting the movie, just laughing it up. Just because you could probably tell, he plays a bad guy, but he's probably like a really nice guy in real life.
Oh yeah.
So, but some stuff like, I don't like Stallone's soft spoken voice. It just kind of bothered me. You're a waste of life. You're stupid. You're dumb. Well, that's kind of your opinion. And I don't really. It's just like, dude, speak up.
You're complaining about him talking real low or whatever.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was very. Well,
That's like the only thing I will kind of give it, because I was like, why? I'm like, dude, if someone was like you're a waste of life, I'd be like, no, I'm not. I am not a waste of life. I am a person just like you. Like he was like just like almost like he was just taking it. I was like, come on, dude, grow a set.
I mean, even his son was criticizing him, and I guess I also didn't understand what the original conflict was. Like, did the mom meet Stallone, who's a trucker, and he does the arm wrestling, and the dad's like, you're wasting your time. You're better than him. You need to find someone better because we're rich. And
they really didn't go too much into it, really. I mean, I guess from what I understand, from what I gathered, it was they were married at one point, or they were still married. He just decided to up and leave, and then she gets a hold of him somehow, and I guess he was writing her letters the entire time. I don't know.
But the letters
That's like the only thing.
So he leaves for some reason. Stallone leaves. Link Hawk, Linc Hawk. Once again, one of those names, and we don't really find out why. I took it maybe that the dad, and this is another one of those movies where there's like some good actors in this. There's Robert Loggia. He's really good. He plays the granddad or the wife's father. Susan Blakely, who's really well known. And is there anybody else? No, there are actual arm wrestling people in this. Reggie Bennett, who's a female arm wrestler. So they're I did like John Grizzly. I liked him. The guy who drinks the oil. He puts the oil in his mouth.
Drinks the gas or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny.
But I didn't like. So did the dad? Nobody's good for my daughter, but definitely not you. You need to leave, and then or something, because then Hawk leaves for like 10 years. The grandfather gets all pissed off, saying that he's a loser and that he left. So I'm like, did he leave willingly? Like, he met the daughter, knocked her up. I'm no good for you. I'm going to leave. They raise the kid. He writes, but then all the letters are in the mom's purse. I figured that the grandfather took the letters. And then I thought, well, wait, but if the kid finds the letters, why wouldn't the grandfather just throw them away? But if they're in the mom's purse, why isn't she letting the kid know? I'm very confused on we need over the top the beginning. I'm very
yeah. Over the top the beginning.
The beginning.
We need a prequel. We need a prequel. We need answers. We need answers.
We do.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you were the person that said we don't need answers for everything, John.
We don't, but when it's this confusing of who left and why, did the grandfather not like him and say to leave? But no, that doesn't seem to be it. He just seems to be really pissed off at him because he did leave, but we don't get a reason to why he left. The mom still seems to love him and wants him to be part of the kid's life, but yet the grandfather has lied about him, saying he deals drugs and all of that type of stuff. Yeah. It's very confusing. It's very confusing to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think they kind of touched on it a little bit, but then a lot of it's like, is it like Hawk kind of just making excuses at that point? Because when he pulls him up, when he tells him to meet him in the suite or whatever, he's like, listen, I'll give you this much money. I'll give you a brand new truck. You walk away right now and get out of this kid's life. And he's like, you walked away, and then he's like, well, you got involved, or you interfered or something. And then the guy's like, well, the grandfather's like, well, he's like, don't blame me for your, immature behavior. So I'm assuming like maybe it was kind of like they were together. Dad was kind of like trying to interfere with their relationship. He decided to leave, and then was still right. And I guess mom didn't want kid to know because grandpa would get mad or something. I don't know. I think we're thinking way too far into this, man.
No, I think that it's bad writing. I think that's
it probably is. I mean, it's probably something they didn't think through, and they're just like, I mean, this is canon films. I mean, maybe they're like Full Moon and all that. Just like, let's just crap out a story and get it off and just make it.
Maybe. I mean, that's because normally you have the dad who doesn't like the guy because he works at a gas station and they're rich and he wants better for the daughter. But the daughter falls in love with the guy who works at the gas station, and the guy at the gas station has to prove himself and that type of thing. But this, you don't get that. You just get that the grandfather is pissed because Hawk left.
Yeah.
There is nothing about you're a loser because you're a truck driver. You're a loser because you do arm wrestling. He even tells him, in like the middle of the competition, here's a check. Here's a truck. Just go. Just leave. I mean, he wouldn't buy him a truck if he thought that he was a loser for driving a truck, right?
I think he bought him the truck and the cash because he wanted him to get out of his son. He wanted to.
Oh yeah.
He wanted him to basically just like abandon his son. Just go. You've already abandoned him once. Just do it again. At this point, like basically just get out of our lives. You handed custody over to me, so you don't deserve him. So just be thankful I'm buying this truck for you. Be thankful I'm giving you all this money, and just go.
I guess. I don't know. The like you said, we're putting way too much thought into it, but I don't know. To me, it's I analyze this type of stuff, so I don't know. Okay, well, do you want to do rating?
Yeah, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I enjoyed it.
I am going to agree. I'm going to say 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I think that's a fair. Yeah, because it does have its problems. So
yeah,
like that whole reasoning.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything else you would like to comment on for any of these 4 films?
I mean, if any of these movies sound interesting, give them a shot. I mean, some of them you might like some, you may not like some, but I think it's a pretty good. I think this is a very good like collection film. So it definitely gives you a little bit of action, a little bit of thriller. Gives you a kids movie, gives you a science fiction movie, a buddy cop movie. So I think it's worth it. And this is like pretty cheap. I think I buy it for $10 or $13 or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's an older collection, so yeah.
So I think it's worth it.
Okay, alrighty.
And if you like some of these movies and you want to upgrade them later, like I'm definitely going to upgrade a couple of these. I think I'm going to see if I can get definitely a Blu-ray, a copy of Demolition Man, maybe a Blu-ray of Over the Top, and why not Blu-ray copy of Tango and Cash Specialist? Maybe.
That might have to be a rewatch, like you said. You'll have to maybe
I'll
see
definitely give it a rewatch at some point.
Yeah, I definitely want that Arrow version of Demolition Man, especially
yes,
if it has a lot of
yes,
stuff.
that's when I'm gonna try to get that.
Yeah, that is. I wish that there was audio commentary for Tango and Cash, but that would be interesting. But then I don't know. They would have to criticize people, so maybe that's why they didn't. So it's yeah. Well, I mean, I'm happy with Demolition Man that has audio commentary. Maybe I could get something out of that. So maybe they'll mention the Taco Bell thing in it. That it changed to Pizza Hut. So all right.
Yeah.
So okay. All right. So we are good. And then next month we will do the other 3: Avenging Angelo, ICU, and Shade.
Okay.
I remember a little bit of ICU. I remember nothing from Avenging Angelo, and I've never seen Shade.
Never seen any. I've never seen any of them, so it'll be all fresh for me.
Okay, there you go. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it, and you made it all the way through. Thank you. That's awesome. And I guess that's it. So we'll see you next month on the next film discussion. Not sure what will come after that. We'll still have to talk about that, but at least you got Stallone for this month and next month. So yeah, good stuff. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Really appreciate it. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Take it easy, guys.